Alright, before I get into the video, I just want to give everyone that's watching this video a huge shout out. I'm new to YouTube and I'm really excited to get this journey started, and everyone that's watching is here with me from the very beginning, so thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy what you see, and there'll be a lot more content coming out in the future. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, comes out in 1 week. I am so excited and I am so worried about what they're going to do with this movie. Now, Disney has done some good, they've done some bad. I know a lot of people are not the biggest fans of episodes 7 and 8, especially like really hardcore Star Wars fans. I personally am a pretty hardcore Star Wars fan, and I like the movies. I will completely agree that they could have executed a lot of things better, and they might have had some questionable decisions with what they've done with characters like Luke. But overall, I like the vibes of the movies, and I think they had some good ideas that could have been executed better. Now, I don't love the movies. I definitely am critical of them, but I like them more than a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans. But that doesn't mean I don't think they can completely ruin everything they've done with this movie. And now, before I get into that, we gotta give a little bit of backstory for some people that aren't completely hardcore Star Wars fans. If you guys have ever seen George Lucas talk about Star Wars and what Star Wars is about, it's about the story of Anakin Skywalker. The original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, were about the tragedy of Darth Vader. How he was this noble Jedi, he was the chosen one, and how he went down this dark path, completely became everything he sought to destroy, and how in the end he was saved by his son and he brought balance to the Force. Now, George Lucas has said that the tragedy of Darth Vader kind of got messed up, in translation, of just how menacing of a character he was made to be, and he was a villain. So a lot of the typical fans weren't really able to see the tragedy of this character because of the way he was portrayed. And that's why he had the biggest idea to do the prequel trilogy when he got around to it, in the late 90s, early 2000s, because he wanted to tell the full story so you could see it start to finish. You can see how, Anakin was, found. He was the chosen one, him as a Jedi, his life, and how he became Darth Vader. You got to see all, the whole puzzle, be laid out in front of you, and you got to see it from start to finish. So the story was always intended to be about Anakin Skywalker. Now, I personally was completely okay with 7 and 8 having nothing to do with Anakin until I seen the first trailer of this movie and I heard Palpatine's laugh. Now, it's obviously already known that if you've been keeping up with this movie, that Palpatine is going to return in some shape or form in this movie. And just in case you forgot, the main villain of the sequel series, Snoke, was killed in episode 8 by Rey and Kylo. So going into episode 9, there's no main villain really, and Palpatine's coming back. So I'm almost 100% sure he's going to be the main villain of this movie. And that's where my problem lies if they do not bring Anakin back and make him at least have a big part in destroying Palpatine and bring balance to the Force. Now, I'm only really skeptical because Disney has done a lot of questionable and quote-unquote interesting things with the series since they took over and made episodes 7 and 8. So I'm just really worried that they're just going to be like, Anakin was not really the chosen one. It was just, a mistake. It was a false prophecy. Rey is actually the chosen one, and she's the one that brings balance to the Force because, Palpatine wasn't really dead. Anakin didn't actually fulfill the prophecy. Rey does it, and Rey, destroys Palpatine and, just completely, takes over what Star Wars was built on, aka the story of Anakin. And if you just heard me, say that, I literally, got tongue twisted just even trying to say Rey is, the chosen one. And that hurt me. That literally brought me pain, and I could not speak because, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and my whole life I've been under the impression, as George Lucas, aka, the Messiah of Star Wars, has told me that Anakin is the chosen one, and, the story's about Anakin. So that's what I'm really getting at with this video. At the end of the day, Disney has done a lot of questionable things that I know George Lucas has been vocal about, and a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans have been vocal about. Me personally, I see both sides, and I definitely resonate with both sides. I like the movies. I don't love them. I'm critical of them, but I accept them, right? That's where I'm at in all of this. But if they literally destroy everything George Lucas has done and do not keep Anakin, as the chosen one, the person that brings balance to the Force, and overall continue to make the story his, if they completely ruin that in this movie, I will completely lose faith in Disney, and I will just see Star Wars as episodes 1 through 6, and whatever else they put out that is not a main story movie. Like, I've been watching The Mandalorian. We're only 5 episodes in, obviously, so as this matures, things might be different, but right now The Mandalorian is great. I'm really loving it so far. Some of the stuff Disney has done I really enjoy, but this is one thing that I will never let go if it happens, the way I think it could possibly happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to try and stay optimistic, and I'm going to give Disney the benefit of the doubt and say that they will do the right thing and not ruin Anakin's story and, the groundwork that George Lucas has laid out for them. They've kind of screwed George Lucas over, but I don't think they will go this far. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that Disney has any right to change, the story of Anakin? And do you think they will actually go through with it? Drop a comment below and let me know what you guys think. And until next time, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.